What's up, fellas? Due to some recent questions I've been asked, I noticed a problem with my tutorials. I never explained how to set up a second device after you've got your first one set up. So if you're looking at my layout here, and then you go and look at my controllers, everything that is Twinkly is right here on the just one connection. You do not need a separate connection for every Twinkly device if you're using Artnet to Twinkly, because you're only running Artnet to Twinkly once. And in fact, if you try to do that, you will get errors. This is a null controller, and it is used for a TV output. These are all Wi-Fi bulbs. This is my roof line, which is a 4 strip lights. And this is pretty well the only Pixel device I have, a tree from a company that doesn't make pixels anymore. So, but you'll notice I'm using 78 universes, 39,000 channels. Look over here when it says, if you mouse over models, all of these individual models, you see there's a lot of them, they're on this one controller. This one controller is Artnet to Twinkly. I have all these separate devices set up with one connection. So for example, Arch 1 uses channel 27,241. Now if I look at XLights and I click on Arch 1, whoops, that's Arch 2. Arch 1, 27,241. I've had more than one person that has tried to set up two different controllers, and that's incorrect. You cannot do that. I think they're getting mixed up because if you do a detect for all Twinkly devices inside here with a discover, that you will end up with, you have to set those up separately. But that's not the way Artnet to Twinkly works. Artnet to Twinkly is basically the same thing as like a Falcon controller or whatever. Multiple props are on one controller that has multiple outputs. That's all there is to that. Now, what else we got to talk about in here? There is a problem that I currently know about with my 3D exporter where it is vanishing devices. This is one right here. This is my twig tree with 750 nodes, and it does not show up if you're on version 13 or higher. So I'm going to have to downgrade and then fix my 3D exporter. And I might release a program to modify these 3D layouts. I think I know why it's doing it, but I haven't confirmed it yet. Anyway, that's all I got. This is just a quick addendum, and I don't want to ramble at it, so I'm going to cut this short. So when you're setting up your devices, set up your first device. You set up the same channels in Artnet to Twinkly. You already have your controller. Then when you add your second device, which in this case would be these 4 columns, those are all one device, then you would add that to Artnet to Twinkly also. That's those 4 columns. And notice the end channels. Make sure you got stream to this string turned on. And just save them, and that's all you have to do. When you're in receive mode and you're transmitting like this, Artnet to Twinkly will tell you what it's receiving. It is receiving 78 universes. It needs 78 universes. And there's the channel range. And the IP address that is transmitting to it is this one. It's on the same computer, so it's going to match the receiving layout. So after a second of turning this off, we're listening on this. and it is also transmitting on that. So I hope that clears up some questions people have. Do not ignore this window right here. This window right here tells you if you've made a mistake in XLights and you're not transmitting enough universes or enough channels. Anyway, that's all I got. John out.